We are on bus 20. I'll be calling you guys by bus 20. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Terry with us today as our driver. Can say hi to Terry, please.
Hi, Terry.
Hi,
You guys never saw kind of face at all. I am Crystal, everyone. Remember, I was not on the bus, so I would not know if you introduced yourself or not. Excuse me for that. But ladies and gentlemen, we have now departed Point Seraphine, the extension port to Port Castries. It has 42 outlets for all duty-free shopping. We just bypassed Alliance Française, the pyramid, given to us in the year 1991 by the French government. Over here to your left, or to your right, you guys have the view of the fisheries department or the fisheries complex, built by the Japanese and Canadian government, where you can hold 1,000 tons of fish at any time of the day. Lucy Lake for current here on the island. Here in St. Lucia, we use a diesel generating system. Our voltage is 220. If your appliance is 110, do not plug it into our direct current. It will bomb blast burn, which means no repair. So ladies and gentlemen, your first photo stop will be at Mount Fortune. Then we're gonna see the house I wanna buy in my dreams, only in my dreams. Then we're gonna drive up to Marigo Bay where you have tasting and viewpoint. Afterwards we're gonna drive to Horizon where you get to taste our famous banana bread. That's the only place we get banana bread. And then we're gonna stop at Cocoa St. Lucia, or Cocoa St. Lucia, for chocolate viewing. And then your only stop at Sofra will be at the Beacon where you have the view of the Twin Pitons and a refreshment. So far so good?
Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do everything right here on the island. We just drive on the wrong hand side. If you are not from England, do not drive on this road. Ladies and gentlemen, St. Lucia was colonized by the British in the year 1814. We are now independent since the year 1979, February 22nd. And as you can see, there are a few tents and decorations on the road. It's because Monday and Tuesday was our carnival day. Yeah. And some of us are recovering from that day. So we had 2 days to jump up and down for band parade until 7 p.m. Over here to the left are known as the government building, owned by government, just named after a few governors. If you have to ask locals about this building, they will tell you the waterfront building because of the sea view. We are now in Castries, the capital of St. Lucia. Castries was once called Carinage, which means safe haven. The name was changed in the year 1770 into Castries, named after a French admiral named Marquis de Castries. Castries itself had 4 major fires. The 2 most major fires in the year 1927 and 1948. In the year 1948, a tailor left an iron unattended, burned down 3/4 of the capital, leaving over 2,000 people homeless. And back then, Castries was built in wood. As you can see right now, we are modernized. Right here, this statue was revealed on our 40th anniversary, which says all in our journey, our future, from what we were to where we are at right now. The Castries local market built in the year 1993. Over here you have the vendors arcade to your left, built in the year 1994. The old Castries market built in the year 1891, opened in the year 1894. CDC building given to us by the British in the year 1948 after the last major fire we had here on the island by the Great Britain. All the buses parked by the roadsides are public transportation, not taxi. Over here to your left, we have the view of the Banfield Parliament House. In the center of the Constitution, you have the Constitution Park, also the statue of our very first Prime Minister, John Compton. He was the only man to die in politics, as well as known as father of nation, or Daddy Compton. Our high district court on the renovation, family court for those irresponsible fathers and mothers here on the island, and KFC always round the corner, no matter where you go. KFC means Kentucky Fried Chicken for you. For us, we call it keep the fat coming. Right here you have the Minor Basilica Immaculate Conception. It can hold 2,000 people. Constructed in the year 1899, completed a year later. Ladies and gentlemen, this church survived a major fire as well as a earthquake. The murals and painting done in there by local artists, Duncan St. Omer. The huge tree right here called the salmon tree, known to local as Moipasaf, which means I don't know in English. 400 plus years counting. Right here, this is the Derek Walcott Square. Back in the 18th century, it was known as the Columbus Square, because they said in history Columbus discovered the island, which is not true. So the name was changed after our second Nobel laureate was a writer and a poet as well, Derek Walcott. The monument was battle in World War I and World War II. Central Library, the first stone was laid in the year 1923. Approximately 3,000 documents were burned down during the four major fire. And over here you have Blue Coral, a shopping mall. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now entering onto Bridge Street, the first street to have street lights in the capital. Also, you'll find the first bank called National Bank or St. Lucia Limited. Back in the 18th century, it was known as a penny bank or just a nickel. Why a penny? Just a penny alone could open an account for you back in the 18th century. Right now, you cannot do so. So far, so good?
Yes.
Also newly added the Library Credit Cooperative Union. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the only bank where you can have your own account as a share owner of that bank. So far so good? Over here, this big parking lot was where our very first luxury hotel was founded, a 5-star resort. Admission was for free. As you can see, it says police officers. This is where our very first resort for males only. And the name of that resort was called Her Majesty Prison. It was not a hotel. That's where all males were in prison back in the 18th century. And the females were at La Toque Battery. But right now, it's also removed and also renamed, now called a public correctional facility. Have you ever been on a roller coaster?
About to ride one right now. Yep.
Well, for those who didn't answer, feel free to scream. Johnson Memorial Home, one of our houses built by the British, now used for elderly people here on the island. The pink and yellow house right here, colonial houses built by the French who lived here right here at Mount Fortune. Right now the pink or yellow house, one of them are for sale. But people do stay in these houses. Yeah. History still reigns. Any questions? So far so good?
Good. Oh wow. This shit. These mountains are awesome.
Alright, Ladies and gentlemen, up here you have the view of our national landmark, Pigeon Island, all the way in the end. On the hillside you have a resort. In the water by itself you have the Rat Island that was used to treat yellow fever during the 18th century. Also was given to our second Nobel laureate, Derek Walker, to open a museum, but he passed away. Behind your ship we have the smaller airstrip for smaller aircrafts. On the island we have two airports. One right here in Cash Street and the other in View Fort, what we call View 4 in Creole, which means the Old Bay. We have an international airport over there for international flights, but here is inter-island hopping. And this airport is called the George F.L. Charles Airport, known to locals as the VG Airport. If you want to open the window to take your photos, you can do so. And you just show the map. How do you open the window? You press on the clip, on the black clip on the other side, and pull.
Yeah, those are clean.